Yo, it's your boy Jay Boogie back with another video today. Make sure you guys don't forget to press that like button if you're watching this from TikTok. And don't forget to press that like, comment, share button, and subscribe button onto my YouTube channel as well. So today I'll be talking about the 2000s all-decade second team. Pretty much the second top 5 best players from each position from point guard to center. So, at the point guard position, no other than the Canadian man himself, Steve freaking Nash. Steve Nash, when you think of Steve Nash, you think of efficiency. Pure point guard, just a well-rounded offensive player in terms of playmaking ability and shooting ability. And especially when it comes to the pick and roll plays, he is one of the best at it, along with Jason Kidd and Chris Paul and them. But Steve Nash is definitely one of the top three best pick and roll ball handlers of all time, in my opinion. Seeing this clip, see how he get buckets, you see how he can set up his teammates. And I feel like with Steve Nash, man, pretty much he's not the biggest, most reliable defender, obviously, but offensively, guarantee he's going to give you a very high efficiency. 19 points on like 62% from the field, 95% from the free throw line, and guarantee he's going to give you probably a good 13, 14 assists. Steve Nash is just the type of point guard you want on your team in terms of fast-paced offense and slow-paced whatever pace you have. Steve Nash is great at it. But during the mid-2000s of the Phoenix Suns, one of the best offensive teams of their time in terms of fast-paced scoring, under the Mike D'Antoni system, of course. And, along with him, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Quentin Richardson, shout out to him. And then at the time when they had Joe Johnson and a very young Boris Diaw and Leonardo Barbosa. So that team was stacked offensively. And pretty much like I said, Steve Nash is one of the most efficient players of all time in NBA history. I think he's a 3-time or 4-time 50, 40, 90 club member, meaning that he shot 50% from the field, at least 40% from the three-point line, and shot 90% or higher from the free throw line. And Steve Nash, pretty much, shout out to him, man. He's my birthday twin. Got the same birthday. But besides that, though, for sure, Steve Nash, like I said, man, he was a great pick and roll player. Him and Stoudemire was a tandem. Unfortunately, they couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs against key run to the Spurs many, many times in the playoffs. And with them, with Steve Nash winning back-to-back MVPs, I mean, yes, arguably Shaq could have won it. Shaq could have won it the first year Steve Nash won it, and Kobe could have won it the second year. But one of them years, he deserved MVP because, like I said, you averaged a double-double of the whole season, and you was highly efficient. Rarely you can hear that, average a double-double, and you was efficient on all levels of scoring in terms of shooting from the field, the three-point shots, and from the free throw line. So shout out to Steve Nash. He deserved to be at this point guard position. Gotta give him credit. Gotta give him his flowers just because he's pure efficiency, basketball IQ, know how to set up teammates. He's one of the greatest passers as well. And I think he's top 5, top 6 in all time for assists. And it's the reason why he won or led the league in assists for 3 seasons. So shout out to Steve Nash, man. He's definitely deserve it. And moving on to the shooting guard, one of the biggest basketball icons for the culture of basketball, culture in general, the answer, Allen Iverson. Talk about him a lot on my channel. Pretty much, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, pound-for-pound player in the NBA history, basketball history. And Allen Iverson was a man amongst boys on the court. I mean, no more than 5'11", but giving you a maximum of 110% effort every single night, playing through injuries and no one knew about, going out there, still getting buckets, crossing over people. And Allen Iverson, man, went through a whole lot of, backlash with the league and the media just because he brought that authentic lifestyle and personality into a whole another professional field. And pretty much Allen Iverson, like I said, man, he's one of the greatest isolation scorers. Turns up just his ability to get to the rim, the quickness he have off the quick first step, and he was just quick in general. So everything he did, He knew how to control at his own pace, but he also knew how to use his speed at his advantage. And like I said, he's one of the most relentless finishers, tenacity player, a dog mentality or pound for pound mentality, and pretty much Allen Iverson, man, like I said, dude, was just a pure basketball icon, a pure basketball influence to many others, including me growing up. And of course, I don't have the tattoos or the braids, but he inspired so many people just to be themselves and be comfortable, and nothing to be wrong with what they do. And then you already seen his highlights, man, of how this man could get buckets. Like I said, the handles, a good mid-range shooter. He wasn't the biggest efficient scorer, but he still knew how to get buckets in many ways. And like I said, Allen Iverson, man, and like I said, this dude was just a big influence to the basketball culture, no doubt about it. And pretty much, like I said, man, Allen Iverson was a man amongst the boys in his prime day. And then a good off the ball defender. I think he led the league in steals a few times. So Allen Iverson, like I said, every single night, 110% effort. Shout out to Allen Iverson for the shooting guard at a shooting guard position. Then moving on to small forward, no other than the truth, wearing the color as we speak. No other than Paul freaking Pierce. Man, I literally, to a degree, modeled my game after him in a way. Not gonna be the quickest, not gonna beat you with quickness, not gonna beat you with speed, but he knew how to play his own. He was pre-Luka Doncic, before Luka Doncic, in terms of just, I got a certain physique. I'm not gonna beat you with quickness, but I still know how to get to my spots and still explode to score or attack at the rim. And Paul Pierce, man, is, I say, one of the greatest scorers of 2000s. Pure bucket getter, a great mid-range scorer, a good three-point shooter. And Paul Pierce don't get enough flowers, especially for me. Grew up watching the 2000s basketball, which is a very golden era. Paul Pierce has some sneaky bounce. Look up the high school All-American McDonald's dunk contest between him and Vince Carter. If you didn't think Paul Pierce didn't have bunnies then, look it up now, because he was in that dunk contest with Vince Carter. I think it was 1995, 1996. I can't remember which year, but Paul Pierce had some bunnies. And seeing this clip, man, you see how pretty much he can get buckets, toughness. I feel like it was just his toughness, because I mean, dude was just relentless, another relentless player. And like I said, he can beat you off the dribble. A good shot creating ability without having to go at a fast pace. Know how to get to his spots. And then, like I said, it's weird because Paul Pierce can go slow motion, and then he would just rise up and dunk with somebody, because he got some great posterization dunks. And sometimes when you look at you just wouldn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And Paul Pierce, man, like I said, I got to give his flowers, man, because I know nowadays he says some controversial stuff, but his skill set says otherwise. I mean, dude was him. Shaq gave him the nickname The Truth for a reason. Because I think a game where he dropped like 40-some points on the Lakers when it was Lakers of Shaq and Kobe in the early 2000s. And like I said, man, Paul Pierce can give it to anybody one-on-one. Dude was an all-around great scorer, had the finishing ability, the mid-range, the mid-post game, and the three-ball. And he was a really good three-point shooter in his heyday. And I think he won a three-point contest in the late 2000s or probably the early part of 2010s. But Paul Pierce, man, I got to give flowers to him, man. Dude is one of the greatest small forwards of the 2000s. I mean, won a championship, finals MVP, and you beat Kobe in the NBA Finals. I mean, not too many people can brag about that a lot like that. So, Paul Pierce, gotta give credit to him. He deserves to be on the second all-team decade list at a small forward position. And then on to the power forward position. My favorite power forward of all time, hands down. No other than the ticket, Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, man, pretty much a two-way, a very skillful two-way big, a guy that can defend, guard perimeters, good shot blocker, good rim protector, and then offensively, seeing this clip, this man has a deep mid-range bag. Heavily contested, wide open. You would think for a player, when you look at Kevin Garnett, passion, tenacity, might not be a guy to rely on him on perimeter scoring. That's cap. Dude could have easily been one of the better 3-point shooters at his position if the coach allowed him to shoot threes. Because dude, mid-range game was OD. It was goated. It was on the Hall of Fame badge. I mean, dude was just phenomenal. Uh, Elusive movement, good ball handling skills, can take other big off the dribble, finishing ability. Dude just had it all, and he's the more well-rounded power forward, more than Dirk Nowitzki. And because if Kevin Garnett can't get it going offensively at times, he's gonna pick it back up defensively. And with him just playing with that passion, the tenacity, and that dedication every single night, I mean, dude was just phenomenal in his prime. And in MVP season, he was out this world. I think he averaged more than 13, 14 rebounds a game and averaging close to 3 blocks per game. And then also, I mean, he led in the league in rebounding 4 straight consecutive seasons. I mean, dude had it all. And Kevin Garnett, like I said, man, I know he carried that Timberwolves franchise on his back like a mother sucker. Dude, I mean, Kevin Garnett, dude, he's literally the definition of carrying a franchise on his back. Tries to make a deep playoff run. I think his MVP season was the deepest playoff run they ever had, and when they made it to the conference finals, I believe against the Los Angeles Lakers. But man, Kevin Garnett also was a man amongst Bulls in his heyday, and then on going to the Celtics, finally getting his championship with him and Ray Allen and Rondo, and then also winning Defensive Player of the Year his first year with the Celtics, and also once again winning the championships. Kevin Garnett, like I said, my favorite power forward of all time, a great two-way player. Dude was just in his bag. He was in his element. I mean, dude, just his aura, his pure fire passion every single night, and the trash talking ability was just pure entertainment to watch. And then he also knew how to get buckets. Like I say, he was a good offensive player, the mid-range game, finishing ability, the post shimmy, the post fadeaways, similar to, who, Anthony Davis. So, shout out to Kevin Garnett, the big ticket. And then lastly, at the center position, no other than Big Ben Wallace. Not the most incredible offensive player, but man, defensively, I would mess with him. Led the league in blocks 3 times or 4 times, and then winning 4 Defensive Player of the Years in an era where Strickler was just about hard-nosed, hand-reaching defense. I wouldn't mess with Big Ben. And then you won a championship off that. And when he won a championship, guess who he beat? Kobe and Shaq and the Lakers. So Big Ben don't get enough credit, but he deserves to be on this list. I mean, honestly, when they won the championship, I was in kindergarten, and I remember 2K5 came out, one of the greatest 2K games of that decade of that time. And Ben Wallace was just defensively one of the greatest defensive big men of the 2000s. A great shot blocker, and he was undersized. He was only like 6'8", 6'9", playing center. So I mean, playing great defense onto guys like the Yao Mings, the Shaqs, the Dwight Howards, the big like Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace. And he was an undersized forward who happened just to play center. And Ben Wallace, like I say, he don't offensively numbers is terrible, but defensively and his rebounding ability is top notch. And that's my list of the all-decade second team of the 2000s. If you like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you guys. Do whatever you got to do to support. Keep supporting me. Jay Boogie is out.